see things. Um, because in all reality, like I was very happy with her and the kids. I loved her with every piece of my heart, my soul, everything. And um, if I could go back and change it, I would. But there's nothing I could say in this group that's going to change anything. And now 3 bright kids have to grow up without their mom, and that her mom has to live without her daughter, her sister, without a sister, grandparents, granddaughter, and I really hope that the Lord helps show them peace and gives them some sort of closure, no matter what happens to them.
Thank you.
That's the problem, Michael. It's true. Nothing he says is going to change what happened. It's not going to bring them back. And I think that's part of the reason relatives are so angry that he was allowed and offered to plead guilty to involuntary manslaughter.
I am so sorry, y'all. That is a first that's never happened. I am back public. It is no longer members only live. We are back in public. I'm going to give a quick pause to everything real quick and, wait for everybody. Because I know for a fact that I'm back. I'm going to refresh. I'm looking at everything. Mods, everybody, hope you can come back in. I am back up and public. I am sorry that I hate that option. I didn't know. I've never done it. Don't like it. I don't like it's there. And it really pisses me off. Really pisses me off that it's there because it's so easy to hit on save. But here we go. We're coming back up. My apologies, you guys. I hate that feature. I did not mean to click on that. It was an accident. Of course, I'm having a great live and that happens, but you're public again. I'm going to give myself a moment to let people hop back in. Oh, Lord, he's wearing the neon glasses. Hi, honey. Y'all come back in. My apologies. I knew that I've never done that before. I hate that. I wish they'd moved that feature to a different location because it's so easy. It monetized and remember, it looks the same to me. Oh, Lord, here we go. Let's get him in.
People, because they believe in their heart of hearts that this was an intentional, violent act. And it's hard to bridge that gulf. The district attorney already had to eat some really heavy workload emotions by telling this family, hey, we can't prove what we want. We're going to have to go with this reduction in order to achieve justice. Otherwise, we might lose it all.
Look, I get on prosecutors sometimes for overcharging, et cetera. This one, boy, I feel it's the exact opposite, Josh, and I have a problem with it. Because, again, when I look at the facts of the case and just listening to what the prosecutor had to say as she argued for the maximum in this case, this is a guy that I think needed to go to trial. This sounds to me, Josh, like a classic domestic violence murder. This was the day she was going to leave him. She ends up dead. There's really no surprise there. We see this over and over. And, we talk about the 45 minutes that he left her there after he shot her. That alone can give you intent. Are you surprised that they would plead not just down to manslaughter, but all the way down to involuntary manslaughter and basically take the defense's version of events?
Not surprised because it's a domestic violence case. These are the most difficult factually for the state to deal with. And there's a huge chance that one or more jurors sides with the defense because they've got that connection. So I support the state's reduction. They knew what the possibility of trial was going to be.
Fair enough.
All right.
Josh Schiffer, thank you so much for that. Stand by because, folks, we are still waiting for word on that jury deciding Brendan Banfield's fate. Again, they told the bailiff to come back 5 minutes at 4:15, so we should be hearing something soon. They're either going to say we have a verdict or they want to go home. One or the other, we'll let you know. Keep it here on Court TV.
Y'all, I am so sorry about that. I really am. That breaks my heart that happened. But like I said, sometimes things happen and we don't have control on them. And my apologies. I got to pop out a new chat because it totally messed everything up. Okay, well, we learned something today. How about that? We learned something. When you do a members only live, like if I, for example, I'm doing a live and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, we're making this members only. What it will do is it'll stop the regular live and just automatically reboot a members only live as a separate live. So all of y'all, thank you guys for hopping back in. Jean Teal, thank you for joining. You guys, we are doing the I liked, I subbed. Don't forget to do the I liked and I subbed for all of you who are hopping in. Yes, it will count. I'm going to have to reset up because it's a separate live. I'm going to have to set up a separate giveaway. Give me a second. And I'll do that. So that one is done. So I'm starting up a new second. So all of you in this stream, do me a favor. So I make sure it's working. Everybody in this stream right now, type ILIKED, all caps, please. So I can make sure that the giveaway is actually happening. The tool is working appropriately, and that will enter you into a free chance for drawing. Also, if you've not subscribed with us before, hit ISUB, all caps, for the giveaway. The giveaway is a end of the month gift card to Amazon, and also for iShared, ISHARED, just like you see in the ticker running right down here. Okay, thank you guys so very, 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 very much. Let me see if it's catching y'all. We've got no shares, we've got no subs, but we've got no likes. Why is it not catching y'all? Let me get it. Okay. Okay. All righty. There we go. Okay, guys. Let me do this. Let me find the court feed. Okay, verdict is in. We have a verdict. I got to take a quick comfort break. I'm going to put on some music, June, if they come back, or Angela. I'm going to put on the easier music. I'll only be about 2 minutes at that best. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss June. Appreciate that. It's paired. We're good. Turn up volume. Yay, there we are. Okay, do we have a poll up? Let me put a poll up. June, you're so awesome. I literally was just typing. You are so freaking amazing. Okay, right here, it's 100% guilty right now. That doesn't surprise me. Giveaways. Au pair. I'm just double checking everything. Make sure I have everything. But y'all are so freaking awesome. You know that? You are awesome. You are. I am. short. They might say they're at an impasse. Well, that's possible, but usually when they're at an impasse, we normally have they'll be read at 4:00. We got 30 minutes, y'all. They're giving him 30 minutes to come in, and they're giving him a 30-minute window. Y'all, I want to say, guys, thank you so much for y'all hopping on the stream today. I am so blessed to have all of you, especially all the new people. Thank you. So it's 4:00. Yeah, that's 4:00 item. So we do have a 27-minute wait. Who wants to? I was going to say we can review her testimony. Oh, everybody's hopping on now, man. Everybody's verdict. We have verdict. Woo-hoo. Finally. Okay, that's going to be a good thing. Oh, honey, are you on right now? I just saw your chat in Discord. I want to come over when we're done today, sometime this evening. I want to come over and see it. I want to come see the carnival. There are more pieces I can get you, by the way. Boo. Get you a big Ferris wheel if you want it. I hope not. I hope it's guilty. You know what? There could be a not guilty in here. There really could be. I don't think it's a hung at all. But the thing is, the au pair will be going home, which is what she wishes. She wants to go home. And that's what's going to happen. She'll go back to Brazil and get off scot-free. Y'all keep an eye out. If y'all are interested in a new case, go and watch my I did let me copy link. I'm going to copy link. I'm going to post it in comments. If you guys are interested in a new trial, there's one coming up that's unique, and that is going to be the judge shot at home. Prosecutors say it was a planned hit. It's a Judge Myers and his wife from Indiana. Were shot in their home by the means of a guy walking up. No, I'm not going to do that. I need to do guy walking up to the house and using a shotgun. Had a heart attack. Using a shotgun. These are the 5 people who were involved in that shooting. And they used a shotgun to go in and shoot the judge and his wife. The judge's arm got hit and the wife's pelvis was hit. Yeah, it was not fun. Not fun at all. Not fun at all. No bond. No bought it last night and got it this morning. I would have gifted it to you, boo. I would have gifted it to you. The case is silly. Yeah. So if you're interested in finding out about that case, it's going to be a case we're going to follow. And if you know Joe Schmo, that happened in his backyard. You know how you have lipstick on all day and it starts getting okay. So that happened in his backyard. And so go to that link and view the video. It was our members only live. We opened up to the public. So you're more than welcome to go and watch that. Yeah, I know, Angela, that always happens just before verdict. And thank you, everybody, for the compliment on my glasses. Woo! I shouldn't have done that. I get motion sickness very easy, and that was like, don't do that. They are progressive trifocals, so yeah, that was not smart. This case is one of those SMH cases. Yep. Definitely. So we are excited to have all of you here. We are going to be live in 12 minutes in court for the verdict. Everybody take a comfort break. It doesn't offend me. Step away. Leave it running. Leave it running. You can step away. Go to the ladies' room, men's room, whatever it is, and share this tab and step. I'd prefer this tab. It doesn't have all that stuff on it. We can well, that's them. No, don't you dare. I just switched from there. Okay, until you figure it out, I'm going to go over here. I don't know what you're doing, boo. I just like their feed. It's cleaner. It doesn't have all the stuff on it. Like I said, we are having our giveaway entry today. At the end of the month, everybody who wins daily will be entered into a pot, and one person will win a gift card to Amazon. That's my thank you. They are waiting so long to bring the jury back in. Yes, and probably because they need to get all the attorneys in, they need to get everybody in, and that is why. That is why. Hey, honey, do you want to let me come over tonight and look at your goodies? Your goodies, your goodies, your goodies. It's not counting. Okay, so they say 12 days, I say 11. I do not count the day of jury selections as a part of the trial. I do not. I separate it. Yay! Well, I guess I can go over to the PowerPoint channel because Miss June says she's downloaded some more. So let me see what's in that. Okay. But I don't know where I left off, June. Okay, that's where I left off. Okay, Miss June. But my problem with this, Miss June, is their images. It's like that's the same image we've already seen. All of these. Did I already see that? I think we've seen these. I think these are repeats, Miss June. Maybe not. Yeah, Miss June, these are repeats. I'm sorry, honey. Miss June, those last ones I just looked at look like they're a repeat. Because it's the same ones I just showed. Same numbers, site identification, same time, same text. Sorry, honey. Download more. Okay, guys. So let me say this. I don't know what tomorrow holds. And in fact, I do have a meeting at 11:30 in the morning tomorrow. So I will be discussing with our team as to what we're going to live tomorrow. So make sure that you click that subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we go live. But I do have to be on a Zoom meeting at 11:30, I believe, tomorrow morning. With that, we may decide to take the day off. I'm not sure. Again, like I said, it will be a meeting. Hopefully right after this Zoom, this live, we'll take 5 minutes and decide what we're going to do tomorrow. I think we have another trial that just started, so we can zoom and catch up with that trial, which is my goal. But like I said, I do have to be a part of that meeting, and I just got to line everything up. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Oh, Lord. He is wearing neon glasses. Yes, I love that dude. But he's not there no more. Okay, I'm going to switch over to this live. I like it better. It's more minimal. I am looking for the other trial that we may go into tomorrow. Oh, the groundhog saw its shadow. How many of us believe in the Groundhog Day shadow? How many of us believe in that? I don't. But it says we're going to get more. Says we're going to get more winter. I'm not too sure. I hope not. I hope that little winter spat that we had is the end of that. Oh, we have Eagle Cam. I do want us to look at this information because it's very, oh, okay. Nala's Biscuits came in. Woohoo! I am going to put this on because think this is important for us to see.
Of NBC Today show anchor Savannah Guthrie, 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night. Savannah is a good friend of ours here at Court TV. She used to work for Court TV before moving on to NBC, and many of us have worked with Savannah over the years. So our concern is with her and her family. We're going to head out there now. They're just starting a press conference, an update on this search for Nancy Guthrie. Let's go to Arizona and pick it up.
I'm going through some talking points for the family. I want to make sure I cover them. I'm not somebody who does well with a script. My local media knows that. We'll get started. I believe it was around noon yesterday. We got a call to the Guthrie residence that Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, was missing. We expended a lot of resources for a missing person that we typically always do. Our search and rescue volunteers, our search and rescue teams, other agencies, Borstar from Border Patrol sent their canines out. They worked tirelessly all day yesterday and all day tonight. I'm sorry, all day yesterday and all last night. To no avail. As I said yesterday, we saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we process that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime, and we're asking the community's help. This community has always stepped up to help us solve some pretty tough crimes. I'm looking for that again. This is a 84-year-old lady who suffers from some physical ailments, has some physical challenges, is in need of medication that if she doesn't have in 24 hours, it could be fatal. So we make a plea to anyone who knows anything about this, who has seen something, heard something, to contact us. Call 911. We don't need another bad tragic ending. We need some help. Our team is the best. I couldn't speak any higher. I think you know that. We have done some great work with our partners in the Valley. You know, this community, I have to give a lot of thanks to our law enforcement agencies all across this Valley, whether it's the Tucson Police Department or some of the smaller agencies. They've all reached out. They've all offered to assist. The FBI, all of them. We work so close with them, and they are all plugged in. We'll continue to work closely with them. But what I really need is I need this community to step up and start giving us some calls. Let us know if you've seen something. We are right now at a time, and I apologize, everybody tells me I talk too softly. We are at a time where, in this investigation, we're now moving forward where we need to depend on technology. You know, our license plate readers, our camera systems throughout the community, anything, everything and we will download all that data we have from the home, from different pieces of technology we've gotten, and we will use that to our advantage. But the reason I bring this up is that, you know, I'm a cop. I hate politics, but I have to remind our political leaders that they need to quit this banter of every time law enforcement leaders come to you for a need, that you give up these ridiculous remarks about how it's going to be misused. AI is a bad, evil word. The cameras are very bad and evil. I'm tired of that. Those tools in the right hands with the right minds and the right approaches are extremely valuable to solving crimes just like this. We need that. We need more staffing. We need a lot of things. But what I really need is I need the community's help with this. So I want to make sure before I take any questions, it is a crime scene. We know that. She needs her daily medication. And anybody that sees anything that even looks, hey, maybe that's her, just take a quick picture and take a video, send it to us. The number is real easy here locally. It's 911. You can contact our 88 Crime and remain anonymous. You can call me, anybody. I am here to take any questions you may have. It will be a little limited. I apologize for that, but we do have a crime that we need to protect its integrity. I have here Sergeant David Stivers from our homicide team. He has been up all night, so bear with us if we are a little bit fuzzy in our answers or responses, but we're both here for any questions you may have. Let's start,
Chair,
please.
Recognizing your limitations, but can you elaborate at all on what makes you believe it's a crime scene as opposed to someone who left home and just couldn't find their way back?
Well, I think I told you she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own. We know that.
If you're not at plate readers, is there a vehicle associated with this?
When I told you we're now at this phase where we're looking at all the technology, all of that is being evaluated as we speak. Let me say this: we've not just thrown our search and rescue team out there. They're going to be doing some door-to-door with our criminal investigation team. It is not just our homicide unit, all of our criminal investigation detectives. I went out last night to the scene. There were probably 100 cars out there, all from the sheriff's department, all working this case. It takes a lot of manpower and a lot of energy. This team of mine worked throughout the night. They continue to work. David's had zero sleep, but he and his team are working as hard as they can. Is there anybody else associated with her, a caregiver, a family member, acquaintance, who is also missing and somebody? No. The family, all of the family has been very cooperative with us. They're working with us. They're staying in touch with us. They have complete access to anybody on this department. Savannah has been in touch with us as well. Our hearts go out to them. This is their mom. She's just a great lady from what I've heard, and I feel for the family. We just want to find her and bring her back safe.
Sheriff, you mentioned that she didn't just walk out, but is there any additional information that you can give us on what may have alluded to this being a crime scene?
I wish I could. I really do. I know that everybody wants to know certain things, but I can't do that it would be inappropriate at this time.
Are there any signs of breaking and entering or any forced entry, anything like that?
I again don't want to get into that. David, can you see anything here? Do you?
At this time, it's still a very active investigation. There were circumstances on scene that we believe are suspicious in nature, I think is the best way to put it. But we can't really get into a whole lot of details with that.
Do you believe that this was targeted, or
they just happened to hit Savannah Guthrie's mouth, or if this was just random.
We don't know that. We don't. We look at all of that, but we just don't know that.
Do they have cameras at the home?
They do, and we're looking through some of that. Yeah.
With this being an active crime scene, is there any threat to the general public?
Trying to figure out my phone. Well, you know, no, I don't think there's an active threat, but I hate to say that because, you know, we're going to canvass that neighborhood, and maybe there's a prowler been seen around. There's a lot of work still to do. We don't have any indication that that the public is in danger.
And what does that search look like today beyond what you've already told us about last night?
So we have shut down our search and rescue mission, and we've sent them home to rest. They were out all night. Look, we put all our air assets into this, our drone systems, our aircraft, our helicopters, heat sensors, infrared, everything we've thrown at this. They're going to step aside. We'll call them out again if we need to do more searching. But right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
Sheriff, can you tell us a little bit about that map?
That is, and David probably can better answer it than I, but that is our search patterns, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So with all the assets that we deployed yesterday with search and rescue teams, the map that's on the screen is basically tracks that were followed. Those are all, the colored lines are all ground tracks of different teams and different assets that were used on the ground, to include the canines, the volunteers, and our own search and rescue team. The circles are going to be representative, if not necessarily perfect, of our air circulation with both our helicopter and our fixed wing aircraft at night, working with the night time cameras. So difficult to see where the house is. This house is basically pretty close to center in that, and then all of the searching that went on throughout the day with those folks out there on the ground.
What this really helped.
Okay, we need a quick commercial break. We're going to go back to Arizona, pick up our coverage. Again, if you're just joining us, if you haven't heard this morning, Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today's Show host and Court TV alum Savannah Guthrie, is missing in the Tucson area in Pima County, Arizona. We'll get a break, get you back into that press conference for the very latest on the search for Nancy. Welcome back to Court TV Live. Good to be with you on this Monday morning. We are going to be heading back to Pima County, Arizona, where a press conference is going on in connection to the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy.
By the way, I just want to thank you guys for pausing and holding with me while we wait for the verdict to come through. We have about 4 minutes. I'm taking a voice rest because I don't think I have talked this much in a long time, and I literally for 6 hours voiced the entire live. So I am taking a voice break, and I want y'all to watch this, and then as I got 2 feeds up. As soon as the camera starts moving, we'll be over into that courtroom. Thank you.
Savannah Guthrie, of course, the co-host of the Today Show, a former legal correspondent here at Court TV. Many of us have worked with Savannah over the years. What we now know from the sheriff in this briefing is that Nancy Guthrie she has some physical limitations and has medication that she needs to take every 24 hours. The call came in that she was missing on Sunday at around noon, and it has been determined that because of what they found at the scene, that they have deemed it a crime scene. They are now leaning into technology, cameras, license plate readers, after an extensive search of the area of the Guthrie home near Tucson. Let's go back into that press conference and pick it up where we left off, the sheriff of Pima County addressing the media.
What this really helps with is our search teams, when they come back and reassess, maybe they've missed an area, we can look at it and say, hey, you know what, this area could use a little more coverage, and so they concentrate again. Our search and rescue team is top notch. They're out every single day. If it's not a lost person, it's a hiker, it's somebody who's wandered away from a care home, whatever it may be. I want to stress to you, right, and it is really important. Miss Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, is of great sound mind. This is not a dementia related. She is as sharp as a tack. The family wants everybody to know this isn't somebody who just wandered off. Her physical limits are based on just age, and we get old, and so it's more physical. But clearly, she is as sharp as a tack.
Do you have her cell phone, and does that present any tracking potential?
We're looking at that as we speak.
But do you have it or do you not?
We do have it.
Can you give us a little bit more of a timeline? Because you said she didn't leave on her own. That she was last seen at 9:45. She wasn't reported missing until noon. But
I believe what happened there was it at 9:45 in the evening, her children left her off. At some time earlier that morning, they got a call from somebody at the church who said, "Hey, your mom's not here." The family went to the house. I'm thinking they spent some time looking for her themselves before they called us. So I'm guessing maybe they got there around 11. So they did some searching and realized we need some help, and they called 911.
do you have any idea what time Nancy would have been taken from the home?
There's a lot of things working there, and I just can't say that right now.
Has Savannah Guthrie, has she had any threats to herself at all?
We've spoken to her. We'll continue to work with that. She has a security team that's been in touch with us throughout the night. But we're not going to dismiss any angles for sure. But right now, immediately, we don't know of anything like that.
Is she in town or on the way here?
She's here.
Can you give us any more? What should somebody be looking for?
Okay, guys, that hum is driving me crazy. I can't do it. I'm going to go back to the court feed. We're going to go ahead and do this for now. We do have a verdict, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting. It's 4:00 on the dot Central Standard Time right now. So hopefully in a minute, they'll come into court. Our hearts and prayers go out to the Country family. I don't feel very positive, but I'm praying that they find her alive. June for justice. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you for joining. Don't forget, y'all, like, subscribe, and share. The monthly giveaway is back, and we have a fabulous sponsor. And I just, I'm showing it a lot today, but thank you again, Our monthly giveaway sponsor is Red Dog Ranch. Thank you so much for the giveaway. We will also start doing the at some point, depending on the trial. Once again, depending on the trial, we will start doing the bingos. Okay. But right now we don't have a trial to do the bingo. So there we go. So we will start doing the bingo. Okay. Everybody is waiting. We do have a verdict. Jurors have reached a decision in the Red Room trial where Brendan Banfield is accused of orchestrating a fake fetish meetup at the end. Oh, we got movement at the end of that ended in the death of Christine Field and Joseph Ryan. We have been watching this since day one. We have gotten full trial coverage on this. So yay, glorious, yay. We are, oh my gosh, June, I haven't even seen it. Let me look. Let me check. Hey, June, go see what I did. Go back and look at the thumbnail for this, please. I learned to do something.
All right. I understand. You can be seated. Thank you. I understand. We have a verdict. Are we ready for the jury?
We had an echo.
Just a reminder that I cannot tolerate any outbursts in the courtroom at the time of the verdict reading, please. Thank you.
Why do we have an echo? I mean, look, is it me? It shouldn't be me. I only have one feed up. I took the other one down as soon as this, because Court TV feed is behind. I think it may be on their end. It's on their end. It shouldn't be on my end. Because I only have one feed up, so that's on them, guys. Sorry about that, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a verdict. Couldn't pass it up. Let me get everything back up and running. Yeah, I want to see the reaction of mommy. I want to see mommy behind him. Because mommy has paid a shite ton of money. Mommy and daddy. Shite ton of money. They paid all the attorney's fees and supporting the OPAB for years.
You were the foreperson in this case, is that correct?
This is on them, not me.
And are these the verdicts of the jury?
Yeah, that's on them.
And are they unanimous?
It's them. They have multiple mics open. I can't fix it. It's all on them. I only have one feed open.
Number FE 2024-666, count one. We, the jury on the issue join in the case of the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Brendan Robert Banfield, defendant, find the defendant guilty of aggravated murder of Joseph Ryan and Christine.
I gotta pause it. Can't do it. Let me see if I can find the court TV feed on this and see if they have the same echoing. Okay, let's go back. Okay, their feed is clean. We're going to play their feed.
Period.
There we go. Don't spoil it if you know. The other, see, it was on them. It wasn't on me.
In criminal case number FE 2024-666, count one. We, the jury on the issue join in the case of the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Brendan Robert Banfield, defendant, find the defendant guilty of aggravated murder of Joseph Ryan and Christine Banfield as part of the same act or transaction. Case number FE 2024-666, count four. We, the jury on the issue joined in the case of the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Brendan Robert Banfield, defendant, find the defendant guilty of aggravated murder of Joseph Ryan within the same 3-year period during which he did also kill and murder Christine Banfield. In case number FE 2024-666, count five, we the jury on the issue joined in the case of the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Brendan Robert Banfield, defendant, find the defendant guilty of using a firearm in the commission of a felony. In case number FE 2024-873, count one, we, the jury on the issue joined in the case of the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Brendan Robert Banfield, defendant, find the defendant guilty of child endangerment.
All right, would either side like the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Members of the jury, if this is your verdict, please answer yes. If this is not your verdict, please answer no. Juror number 2. Juror number 5.
Yes.
Juror number 9.
Yes.
Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 12.
Yes.
Juror number 19.
Yes.
Juror number 22.
Yes.
Juror number 25.
Yes.
Juror number 28.
Yes.
Juror number 32.
Yes.
Juror number 34.
Yes.
Juror number 37.
Yes.
Thank you.
The court does find that the jury verdict is unanimous at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, this completes your service in this case, and I know I speak for everybody that we thank you in this difficult case for all the time and attention you've taken to it. I do need you to go back to the jury room for one more time, and I'll be back there in a few minutes just to talk to you before you leave, okay? All right, so you're excused to the...
Okay, so apparently they have, the judge is going to play sentencing. Will she do it today or will it be another day? Let's see. I'm getting my calendar ready. I am getting the Google Calendar up. Oh, look at Mama. Oh my God, looks like she wants to sob. You know, in the end, I feel for her, but I don't. I mean, it sucks having a child
Mr. Banfield,
do
in
this.
accordance with the jury verdict, I do find you guilty of aggravated murder on count 1 of 2024-666 and also count 4 of 2024-666 and count 5 commission of a felony with a firearm of 2024-666. Also, on count 1 of 873 of child endangerment, I do find you guilty as found by the jury. Do you wish to have a pre-sentence investigation report, Mr. Carroll?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll order a pre-sentence investigation report for this case. What date did you want to set this for?
I don't know what dates you would have available.
I could set it for, do you plan to have victim impact statements, I
Yes, ma'am.
assume, and testimony? I mean, I could put it on, well, any day before July 1st.
Understood.
I'm retired then, so let's pick.
She's retiring
is
then.
April far enough for you, Mr. Carroll?
I may just look at my schedule.
Sure.
Would there be a particular
April-
Did she say she's retiring July 1st?
Pick, is April far? I
wanna
can
hear
set it
that.
For, do you plan to have victim impact statements, I
Yes, ma'am.
assume, and testimony? I mean, I could put it on, well, any day before July 1st.
Understood.
I'm retired then, so let's pick.
Oh, so she's retiring. Oh, congratulations.
Is April far enough for you, Mr. Carroll?
I may just look at my schedule.
Sure.
Would there be a particular date?
April 17th is my sentencing day.
Okay.
Judge, that is the one day in April we would
We
not.
can't do, okay. Well, we can make it a different date in April. I mean, I do have March 20th, but that might be too quick.
And April 17th doesn't work for you?
No,
No,
but
unfortunately.
if you
We
don't
do-
want to go to, I mean, we could go to May 8th. I have May 8th available. Or I could make it any Friday that you want to go to in April, if that's too far for you, Mr. Carroll.
May 8th
Yeah.
is available, Judge. It's only 2 weeks away from April 17th.
Okay, May 8th.
That's fine.
All right, we'll set it for sentencing then on May 8th, and we have the pre-sentence investigation report by that time. And if you need it for a special time, just let me know if we need to move it from the
Yes,
10
ma'am.
o'clock time.
As soon as we've
Okay?
had a chance to speak with the
All right.
witnesses and the victims' families.
All right, anything further for this matter at this time?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Okay, I got it on the calendar. Was it worth it, Brendan? And by the way, I don't know if y'all can, mods, if you can see, please go to the studio chat. Thank you. Brendan, say goodbye to mommy and daddy. You will never hug them again. Well, it depends on the prison. He might be able to get a hug, but that's it. Take him away, boys. Hope he gets plenty of prison justice. Yep. You never know. So I'm going to give a minute and see if they do any interviews. I'm going to kind of keep this here and see if we get any kind of interview afterwards. We'll see. Bye. Well, they'll handcuff him just inside the door. I want to say, on one hand, I do feel bad for the mom because, in all honesty, no mom ever wants to believe that their child could have done something so heinous and so horrible. And I'm going to keep leaving this, but on make me bigger. So heinous and have them do something so horrible to the point that they unalived multiple people. And I mean, her denial is not surprising to me from personal experience. The denial has run for 20 years almost, or however long it was. Well, 17 years of denial. And so it's one of those things that I'm going to listen to that 911 call, Gene Teal. And we'll, next time we go live, I tried to play it and y'all couldn't hear it. But now reality is going to hit in, and either she's going to continue to believe in him and be in denial, or she's going to go through hell realizing that he is guilty. And they just paid the au pair. They paid for her attorney up until the point that she turned state witness. They paid for all her commissary funds, even special paid meals on the weekends, which is unusual, but they paid for that. I mean, they took care of the au pair throughout the entire time up until when she turned state's witness. And unfortunately, that is absolutely insane. June, are you posting? What are you posting, boob? Because it's dinging like crazy in Discord. Are you in Banfield? Oh, update calendar. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you so much, June. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. New unreads, Banfield. What are the new unreads? Okay. So I really, in a way, feel bad for her because it's a horrible place to be. But in the end, he's guilty and she's going to have to learn to live with it. But we've heard nothing of his father. We will be seeing and watching the sentencing, and I do feel bad. Okay. So unfortunately, for him, and not really, he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. And the au pair goes free. She will be sent back home on the first, I was going to say on the first plane, but then again, who knows? A judge could potentially add more time to her. A judge could sit there and put her away for additional time. We'll see what the judge does. We will see what the judge does. Brendan was coddled by his parents, just like Stephen Stearns. June for Justice. I don't disagree with that. And it is what it is. So, okay, guys, I will be honest. My voice is going. So I don't see it. What we'll do tomorrow, if we have any kind of interviews or anything, we'll watch them tomorrow. How about that? All right, everyone. That concludes today's Verdict Watch with the Brendan Banfield trial. The jury has found him guilty on all accounts. Guilty on first-degree redrum, guilty conspiracy to commit redrum, guilty for the use of firearm commission of a felony, and the guilty of a child endangerment. After days of testimony, evidence, and timelines, arguments, the jury has spoken. Unanimous decision. How anyone feels about the outcome, this is the moment where justice system speaks through 12 people who viewed the evidence, followed the instructions, and carried out the full weight of this case. Our role has been to understand the process, examine the documents, and stay grounded in the facts. And you showed up for that. Thank you so much for spending your time here. Thank you for your critical thinking. Thank you for being a part of this community and values and real legal analytics that we have gone through in following this sentencing. We are going to now quickly do the giveaways. Let me share, and we will get going on giveaways. Let me get it up. There we go. All right, guys. I don't know, Angela, if there is a press conference. I don't see anything yet, but they are still. I'm waiting. I see it. It just popped in on my feed. Let's go ahead and do the giveaways, and then we'll do that, okay? Because we're waiting for that. Okay. Okay, let's do the giveaway. Shared, I believe. Woohoo! Crystal, congratulations! You are entered into the end of the month giveaway. All right, we're sharing this. Let's do this one real quick. Oh, Angela, you are in. Woo-hoo. Okay, I'm going to draw one more. I don't know. That's cheerful, upbeat music. June! Woohoo! And y'all, the more you enter, the more chances you have to win. Okay, here's the I liked. It's a lot of you in here, booze. A lot of you are in here. Oh, I'm going to do one more. Congratulations, everybody you are in the drawing at the end of the month for an Amazon gift card. Barbara! Woohoo! Okay, guys. Wonderful. Thank you so much. We're going to come on over here. Okay, now we're waiting patiently waiting for the upcoming press conference. I don't need any of that. There's no winners here, in all honesty. That's not very loud. June, I hope you heard that. So, yes, will be interesting to see if his family speaks. Ari, see you later. Thank you. So what will happen now? The daughter wins. What will the daughter win? I mean, yes, the insurance money will go to the daughter, depending on the clauses in the insurance. Not every time. If she was unalived by the family member, does not automatically mean that the dependent or like if the husband kills the wife and there's an insurance policy, does not automatically mean that the daughter will get it or the child or the son or whatever. Sometimes there's clauses like that in there that if it's a red room by a family member, nobody gets it. So I don't know if she's going to win anything. I don't know how much. I don't even know how much that policy was for. In my memory, I can't recall if they said exactly. Oh, not for having him as a dad anymore. Yeah, but I got to be honest. Children growing up without a dad, even mine, I would have said that years ago. I would have said the same thing. But I got to say, growing up without a daddy and a mommy, she's lost both of her family. Spin steer. Woohoo! Glad you joined us. We are now waiting for the press conference. Thank you, June, for justice. I appreciate hearing it. It was a great stream. Thank you so very much. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It's so sad. I mean, she has loving grandparents. I would say at this point, if the wife's mom and dad, the maternal grandparents, fought for custody and starting now against the paternal grandparents, the maternal will most likely win because the paternal grandparents are the ones connected to the one who did the red room. It's June for justice. I know. Oh, Jane for justice. I'm so sorry, Jane. Do you know all this time without my glasses? I thought you were June for justice. Jane, I am so sorry. Hey, June, can you answer my comment, please? Jane for justice. I am so sorry. I have got it in my head. You're June for justice. And I just got my glasses and I wasn't really looking. My apologies, Jane for justice. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. Jane for justice. You're so wonderful. He would have had a brainwasher. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. They tend to lean towards the victim families, not the prosecution family when it comes to custodies. Thank you so much. When it comes to custody battles, in all honesty, Oh, they're moving the camera. Uh-oh, they're moving the camera. They'll be back. So they're not coming out where they thought they set up in the place they thought they were going to come out. And guess what? They're moving. So they took the camera off the screen. I'm sure they'll pop back up. Love you unconditionally. Sorry, Jane. You're right. My bad, Jane. I thank you, June. My bad. Okay, so Joe Schmo, I hope you were on here watching the verdict. I hope you were. I hope you were. By the way, I've had no headache with the classes today. And yesterday I didn't have a headache. So I think I have made the adjustment. Somebody on Facebook asked how I was doing. I am still really struggling with this ear infection. It's very tender. It's still there. That is why I've been taking more comfort breaks, because antibiotics really just aren't fun, even though I am doing the probiotic with it. But I'm so glad to be here with you guys. I'm so glad today has gone as well as it has. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing all of these document reviews. Miss June has done an amazing job. Hold up. We got some more docs. Uh-oh. While we're doing that, we're going to go through these because these I didn't see until now. So it took a minute, Miss June. I gotcha. Okay, I'm not going to do that one. Let me take that down. Let me take that down. We'll go here. We'll go here. Okay, we're going to stop right there. While we're waiting for Court TV to get all this interview lined up, we're going to look at documents again, y'all. While they're doing that, don't worry, I am keeping an eye on all of this. Hold on. Hold up. There they are. Oh, come on, people.
Good.
Let me back this up. And after this, I'll share these last few documents. Oh, there will be. So we'll do those later.
Everybody else good?
Yeah. We'll do those tomorrow.
All right. Are we good? You're all
We'll
good?
do them tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Sure, not a problem. First of all, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for covering this case dutifully and respectfully. There were obviously a lot of salacious details in this case that caused it to get a lot of attention. But at the end of the day, this case is about two people, two neighbors of ours that were murdered almost 3 years ago here in Fairfax County. We take that very, very seriously. And to start off, I just want to thank the great detectives of the Fairfax County Police Department that put in yeoman's work to get this case here. I also want to thank the people in my office that put in hours during the last couple of years, not least of which are the three people standing behind me, Sylvia Villanueva, Kelly Sprisler, and Jenna Sands. You all saw how complicated this case was. A lot of digital evidence, a lot of forensic evidence, and this team behind me put it together in a way that a jury could understand, and they did it with professionalism and skill, the type that you will only see in a modern prosecutor's office like that we have here in Fairfax County. So at the end of the day, I am very, very pleased that we are able to stand here successfully having gotten justice for Joe Ryan and Christine Banfield. So who has questions?
How would you describe someone who would not only carry out these murders, but make up a story like he did and then get on the witness stand and tell it again?
It's monsters. I mean, that's really what it is. It's monsters. I mean, we are the safest jurisdiction, safest large jurisdiction anywhere in America, meaning we don't have a lot of homicides, but I've been doing this job for a while, and I can tell you that this defendant stood out to me. highest above all the other murder cases that we've done in my 6 years here.
Steve, in Juliana's proffer, there were obviously that was 4 hours long. There was a lot of details, and there was a lot that your office chose maybe not to get into. Talk about what you wanted to highlight for this jury, what you thought was needed to successfully prosecute this case, and maybe some things that you chose not to introduce as evidence.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot in this case. There were a lot of rabbit holes to run down. We knew two things going into this case. The case was about the blood. This case was always going to be in the blood. You heard it right from Jenna's opening statement. This case was about the blood. We knew that before we even charged this case. The second thing is we want it to be surgical. We want it to be in. We want it to be out. We didn't need to go through every single little thing. We didn't want to confuse the jury. We didn't want to burden them. We didn't want to put them to sleep. What we really wanted is we wanted the high level stuff, and you saw that. You saw us focus on the blood. You saw us use Juliana or have Juliana come up there to give flavor to what happened in that room. And then we used the blood, we used the digital forensics, we used everything else to support that and give flavor to that. So I think we asked for 4 weeks, but as we got into this trial, we realized that we could do it much quicker and much more effectively than if we took all 4.
How important was Juliana's testimony? You have the defense saying she has always maintained backing up Brendan Banfield until the very last minute here, and almost saying that you guys were too tunnel focused. Without Juliana's proffer, I mean, do you think we could have gotten to this result?
I think we can. As a matter of fact, we were planning for it. If you take a look at the timeline of the case, we did not authorize charges against Brendan Banfield until after we got the blood analysis done. That is what we were waiting for. And it wasn't until 2 months after we got the blood and we indicted Brendan for these crimes that Juliana decided to proffer and cooperate with us. So we had planned to go forward with just the blood evidence and everything else. And we felt that even with that, we could have put this case on. Now, of course, as a prosecutor, if you have somebody in the room and they want to proffer, they want to turn state's evidence, you're not going to turn that down. You're going to investigate that. We did that proffer. She told us some things that we had not known. We did check on her story. We felt confident in that story, confident enough to offer her the plea deal that we gave her and put her on the stand as part of our case in chief.
Can I ask Jenna a quick question?
Just briefly.
Yeah,
Steve,
let me get the jury and then I'll.
Did you get an opportunity to talk to Mr. Ryan and Christine's family? What did you say to them?
I had before. I did not get a chance to today, and I'm always very hesitant to speak for the victims' families. I know that it was a very, very emotional day. I imagine that maybe we'll be speaking again in the future, but I hope that this verdict gives them some sense of peace and puts them somewhere on the path towards healing after this tragic homicide.
Jenna, can I ask you a quick? Sorry.
Sorry.
What's your message to Banfield's daughter?
God, I mean, what do you say to a child in that situation? I don't know if I have a message for her, but I have a hope for her. I have a hope that she spends the rest of her life with people who love her and know that there were people in this world who loved her. And I hope that she always carries that in her heart. Now, Bob, you had a question for Jenna?
Yeah, Jenna. Yeah, sure. Take us through the strategy. It was talked about during the trial of arresting her first to get to him.
Sure. Well, there was originally a belief that was born pretty early in the investigation that she was an accomplice of Mr. Banfield's, that there was a plan. As our detectives uncovered more evidence that supported the possibility of the plan, the idea was formed to arrest her based on the evidence that we knew we had, because it would be a successful prosecution, but also with the hope that she would end up seeing the light and coming to us with her story. It was something that we obviously had to wait quite a while for, and to be honest, had given up on at the time that we charged Mr. Banfield. We weren't going to wait anymore. We were providing her with the discovery that she needed to be able to defend herself in her case, and so there was no expectation that she would turn. It was just really happenstance that we were reached out to by her counsel that she was finally ready to talk.
And you
mentioned
had a
in
chance
your
to question
closing-
him face to face.
Sorry, say
What
again.
was that like? You had a chance to question him finally on the stand
I
face to
did.
face. How do you describe him?
I think that everyone has commented on what was so obvious, that he was not truthful, that he was cold, that he behaved oddly in response to questions that should have elicited emotion, that he never spoke of himself as Christine's husband, that he didn't speak lovingly of his wife, that he showed absolutely no human emotion that we expected to see of someone in his position.
You mentioned your closing.
Sorry.
You mentioned your closing how he wanted to be with Juliana, and hence the possible motive here. Outside of that, is there anything else as far as why he would commit this?
You know, it's really challenging to try to put yourself in someone like Mr. Banfield's mind. And I don't know that I want to try that hard, to be completely honest. I think that he was obviously hoping for a life with Juliana, and he didn't see a way to accomplish that without executing his wife.
Are you surprised that Brendan took the stand? Do you believe that actually
Yes.
helped your case?
Yes, I, you know, having been a defense attorney for years, I think I would have counseled against him taking the stand. But, you know, Mr. Carroll didn't have a lot to work with. And at the end of the day, if his client wanted to testify, he had the absolute right to do so.
What was the thinking behind giving Juliana such a sweetheart deal?
So I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a sweetheart deal. She does face 10 years in prison. That has not yet been determined. It is obviously a reduction, and it is certainly reflective of her cooperation. But in order to encourage her to tell the truth, there had to be something. I think that the agreement that she entered into will hopefully allow for the judge to pass judgment on her in a way that is measurable. It will certainly never account for the lives that she was responsible for taking, but I think that the amount of time that she'll serve will be determined by Judge Ascarati, and I'm sure it will be appropriate.
So she hasn't agreed to your recommendation?
Correct. The judge is free to sentence her as she chooses within the statutory limitations.
It's 10 years, even the max is still a gift, right? For someone who's plotted and set up Christine and Joe Ryan. And there's a lot of violence in this murder.
That is absolutely true.
Thank you, Jenna.
Yeah.
I also wanted to add to this. You guys have access to Jenna if you have more questions for her. But no, I think it's really, really important that, you know, we don't characterize this as a quote unquote sweetheart deal. This is the work of being a prosecutor. She still is taking accountability for homicides. When you take a look at what the relative culpability is, I think that where we have landed is appropriate. And quite frankly, Juliana, by testifying, answered a lot of questions, not only for us, but for the jury. Let's not forget how important her testimony may have been to some of those jurors. So her still facing up to 10 years in prison is very, very significant and well worth the cost to make sure that Brendan Banfield was convicted for a crime where it is a mandatory life sentence. As the law is written right now, Brendan Banfield will not walk free for the rest of his natural life.
Steve, is there anything else that a lot of times evidence does not get into a trial?
Mm-hmm.
What else should people know about this guy?
Oh, you're right.
That you were not able to present to the jury that had convinced you guys he was guilty.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but for us, the evidence spoke volumes. I mean, we got our evidence in what we thought was important, and I think that, you know, in many ways, we're proud that we let the evidence speak for itself. So there's not really a lot of things that were outside the purview of the jury that led us to some kind of conclusion about what he did or what he did not do. We take a lot of pride, and we know the police take a lot of pride in following the evidence wherever it leads.
What do you hope Brendan Banfield is sitting in there thinking about right now?
You know, I've always, you know, I've been a prosecutor for, you know, almost 15 years now. And I think about what goes through somebody's mind after they've been found guilty. And, you know, my quite frankly, my hope with this is that he realizes he didn't get away with it. And I know that sounds cliche, but I think through the evidence, you can see a lot of things that he set up trying to get away with it, thinking that he was going to beat the system, trying to outsmart everybody. I hope he thinks that. And most of all, though, I hope he thinks about his wife and Joe and about what a heinous thing he did, because that's something that he is rightfully going to have to live with for the rest of his life. Any other? Yes, please.
I was just wondering,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, were the relatives there also related to Joe?
Or any Ryan relatives?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't.
They weren't here today, but they have
They're in
been
the
they have
past.
been in the courtroom.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Steve,
Yeah.
rare to have cameras in the courtroom
Yes.
here in Virginia, particularly in a criminal case. A whole big part of the world watching this.
Yeah.
What do you hope the takeaway is for people who don't, who've been watching this incredibly salacious story here in our neighborhood? What do you hope the takeaway is for all these people that have been watching this play out?
Yeah, that's a great question, Drew. I think there are a couple takeaways that I hope they come away with. First of all, trials and this world, it's not Law and Order. It doesn't happen in half an hour. It's not black and white. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of nuance. So I want them to understand what this work is. But I think the one thing I want people in this community to take away from is they got to see their justice system in action, right? They don't have to read about it. They get to see it. And I hope what they saw is a modern professional prosecutor's office doing a job with a very, very difficult case. I mean, the forensics, the blood, all of these things are very, very difficult to parse, to talk about, to explain to a jury. And the team behind me, quite frankly, they made it look easy. And I think that really speaks to the level of professionalism, not only in the prosecutor's office, but with the courts generally, as well as the investigation of the county police department, which is top notch.
You have on cameras in the courtroom all the time.
Well, I guess I love it. I honestly, I would not be opposed. We are proud of the work that we do here as law enforcement apparatus in Fairfax County. We have nothing to hide. I would love everybody to see every one of our trials and see what goes into the decision making. We do almost 20,000 cases a year. And for people to really understand the nuance and how we agonize over a lot of these decisions to try to do justice, I think that would be great for this community to see. Any other questions? No? Yes.
Sorry. The plan was very out of the normal realm or very extraordinary. Do you ever get any sense as to how this plan came about? Do you have any? Seriously, that's what most of
Well,
asking, right?
I gotta say, it might be glib, but you if you watch the trial, you might have been able to see it. But no, but in all seriousness, no, we just have the evidence, and quite frankly, our job is to follow the evidence. And we heard what Juliana said, we heard what Brendan said. Those are our clues into what happened. But at the end of the day, we presented the evidence to the jury, and we're just very, very pleased that we're able to stand here knowing that we got justice for Joe and Christine.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
Guys, thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for sticking it out
You bet.
all day today.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till they close because who knows, we may get another interview. We're talking about the child right now. It has been made very well known that the daughter was moved from the home immediately after the incident. She was placed in supervision of the Child Protective Services during the actual investigative phase. Custody details were sealed, but the court barred the release of identifying information. But they have placed the child, but to whom and with is not public information. So I would be honest to say that I'm guessing it's probably we do know that after the death of Christine, her parents were fighting with Brendan over visitation, custody, whatever. And that fight did continue after he was arrested. Where the child is at this point is we're unsure, but I'm holding this for just a couple more minutes until we know that they are done. They may be pausing and waiting for the families to come out. I don't know yet, but I do want to give you all the opportunity to watch that. There is a trial that I was hoping would be live. Unfortunately, it is not. It is the Dale Warner trial. Red Room trial. I was hoping to be able to live stream that. Unfortunately, that particular trial is not being live streamed. They have streamed parts of it, like jury selections and little snippets and motion hearings, but the trial itself is not, as of now, is not being streamed. If that should change, we will definitely be helping on that. Tomorrow, we have Taylor Robinson will appear in court at 3 p.m. I will be live by then, even if we're not live in the morning. We will be live for that. We don't know. I don't know what Wednesday and Thursday is going to hold. Friday, we have Brendan Brown pretrial, Braden Brown pretrial. Again, that will not be aired live, but we do have an insider. His name is Joe Schmo. This week, we're pretty light on court, but we will find something. Thank you for streaming. It's going to be February 10th, the trial. Who is that for? Are you talking Dale Warner Red Room trial? Did I not catch that date change? Kristen, thank you so much for joining us. Will you please confirm that? Popcorn Jurors, hello. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for hopping in. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. That's been changed to the 10th. Thank you very much. I'll just go ahead and change that here. But they're not going to live stream it, are they? Do we know for sure that they're going to live stream that trial? Do we know? Save. Okay. I made the change. Thank you so much, beloved. So tomorrow may be what I call a light day, and we will just do the 3:00 Taylor Robinson. My mods and I will have a quick discussion about that in a minute. We got more unread. I see things popping up in Discord. Y'all, if you don't know, please go to our Discord channel. Continue jury selection today. Thank you so much, June. So they are still in jury selection. Woohoo! But right now, there is no guarantee from what I read online. Now, I may be getting wrong information, but not the first time. But it's no guarantee right now. There's not been anything that guarantees that we're going to have a trial then. Like I said, I'm going to stay until Court TV ends their live stream because they may have other people come up and give more. Actually, I wasn't expecting them to come back today with the verdict today, Popcorn Jurors. Really? I was hoping they would. I really was. I was hoping and praying and hoping. I really was hoping they would. I got to be honest. I did not want, I'm going to enlarge on myself just a little bit for this part of this. I was really hoping they would, because let me tell you, it's really tough for all the families involved. And I really wanted to see this come to an end for them. Now the au pair still can be served 10 years. I mean, she's hoping to, I really think she's in La La Land. If it's the same judge, I don't think she's going to walk out. It's a 9 weeks. It's a 9-week trial. Yeah, I do have that scheduled for 9 weeks. I do have that. My verdict senses were tingling. Okay. They are not going to have anything. So we're done. We're done for the day. Everybody, thank you again so much for joining us. It has been a fabulous day. If you want to see oh my gosh, y'all, we went through so much evidence today. My June, my fabulous mod boss, has been going through is going through all of the documents. She has gotten a hold of all of the evidence that was released for public consumption. So we went through a whole lot of stuff today, y'all. And so it was a really good live. We thank you guys so much for joining. If you're new, we've already done the drawing, but comment, I like, I sub, I subscribe, and here I will screenshot it. I will screenshot it. We do have a new sponsor for our giveaways. He is fabulous. It is the Red Dog Ranch, and they are sponsoring this month's giveaway. So make sure when you come in, immediately put I liked in all caps right there. It's running. It's coming right there. Right there. I liked, I sub, and I shared. You have to do it. Then comment. And we appreciate it so very much. Uh-oh, I got a little notice. Oh, that's okay. So anyway, we are going to say so long and farewell. Y'all have a wonderful day. We will be back some point tomorrow. This week has been opened up, so we got to plan everything. In other words, click the bell so you know when we go live. Thank you so much to all the new people who have watched and joined us today. I hope you enjoyed our show. Welcome to the Ada K Media Gavel Gang family, and we will see you guys. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day.